Crow absolutely exploded recently, and I think I know why they're doing so well in this bull run, and I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about how their parent company crypto.com has been quite instrumental in me acquiring as much XRP as I have today. So first of all, let's talk about why Crow is doing so well. First of all, Crow is the native token of the blockchain Kronos, which used to be known as crypto.com. At some point, crypto.com separated those two things. They renamed the blockchain Kronos to separate it from the company name crypto.com, because actually the company crypto.com has a lot of other subsidiaries and projects that they're doing. So to separate the two and make it clearer, I guess, for people, they changed the blockchain name to Kronos and the token to Crow, right? So CRO has been doing really, really well lately. I have a lot of CRO because many years ago, I got one of these. This is a crypto.com card. This is a Visa Debit Card. And what it is allows me to spend Crow and other cryptos in very different ways. I'll do a bunch of videos in the upcoming weeks on how you can get one, the benefits, and if they're even worth it now in 2024, 2025, because I got this one way back in the day. I use this card pretty much every day as one of my everyday cards. When I travel to different countries, I use this card almost exclusively. I used to use Revolut and Wirex as well, so I have some experience with those. But of all those three, this is the one I've used the most. Now, the reason why I use this card is because I'm on a tier that allows me to accumulate Crow every time I spend. So every time I spend on the card, I get rewarded in Crow token. And I've been using it for 4, maybe 5 years now. So you can imagine how much I've accumulated. And every time I get the Crow tokens, what I usually do is stake a little bit of it. About half of it I'll stake. The other half I'll sell into XRP. And I did this for many, many years, which is one of the ways I accumulated as much XRP as I did, because effectively my dollar cost average is kind of zero if you think about it, because it's money that I'd spent on other things and got back as rebate. Another benefit of the card over the years, which stopped for me personally, which is actually ironically a good thing, is that when I first got the card, I was able to get free Spotify and free Netflix. So my Netflix account and my Spotify account were free. The way it was free was that they basically just returned the money to me. So all I had to do was use this card as my payment method for my Spotify and my Netflix that I was already paying for anyway. So effectively, I was buying crypto at the rate of $20 to $30 every month for stuff I was using for free anyway. And all of that Crow that was paid back to me, again, I staked half of it and I bought other crypto with half of it. Not just XRP, but I changed most of my buying to XRP once I figured out what was going on with the price. Now, at some point when the bear market was underway, this past bear market a couple of years ago started, we got a notice from crypto.com that some of those perks were being discontinued. So I lost my Spotify access and I lost my Netflix access. I was annoyed, of course, because it was a really good perk. I really used those two. But if you think about it, what crypto.com was doing was cutting their coat according to their size. So they went out and decided to downsize and remove all unnecessary expenses so that they could make it through the bear market. They also reduced the percentage I was getting back. At some point I was getting 6% rebate, and then it got reduced to 3%, and then I lost most of it. It's like quite low right now. If you stake more Crow, then you gain some of those perks back. I personally stake a lot more Crow, and actually at this point, I'm now eligible again for Spotify and Netflix, but I haven't started using that perk yet because I don't have Spotify and I don't have Netflix at the moment, because like everybody else in the country, I also cut my coat according to my size to make it through the bear market. One of the reasons why Crow did very well is that they circled their wagons and they got down to the table and decided to build during the bear market. And I saw this starting to happen and I found this quite impressive. So I bought more Crow during the bear market, knowing that they're one of the exchanges that are going to survive, one of the projects that are going to survive into the next bull run. A lot of projects didn't survive, A lot of projects had to pack in. FTX and some of the other ones had to pack in because they had overspent, they had over leveraged, they spent money they didn't have. But not Crypto.com. They basically stopped giving away free stuff. They required people to buy more CRO, stake more CRO if they wanted to get the benefits, which ensured that people didn't dump their tokens, people didn't sell their tokens during the bear market, because it was a place that you can stake your tokens and keep them safe for the bull market. So those people who staked their CRO back in the bear market rather than sell and spend them are now reaping the benefits from the pump. And those people that used a card like this one that basically gave us what we consider to be peanuts in rebates, but accumulated over time, and now the value has gone up as well, which is an amazing thing. Of course, as we get into 2025, I think CRO is going to pump a lot harder, and I think this ecosystem is going to be an absolute beauty. Also, Crypto.com provides a lot of options when it comes to trading crypto to crypto. They also have a lot of options when it comes to DeFi. I have the DeFi wallet that I use a lot. I mean, they have an amazing variety of cryptos. During the olden days when we didn't have much choice on Coinbase or Binance, Crypto.com gave us access to a lot of tokens that we couldn't otherwise. And the reason why they could do that, of course, because they didn't have any fiat pairings. So as long as you get stable coins into Crypto.com, then you could trade whatever you wanted. In this day and age though, Crypto.com, the mobile app, does have a fiat pairing. The exchange doesn't. The DeFi obviously doesn't. But there are on-ramps up onto the DeFi where you can obviously connect to your credit card or whatever and buy that way. Some of the apps allow you to connect to Apple Pay to buy that way as well. 2024, everything is completely changed to what they used to be in 2018, 2017, when, even I was a little bit of a noob when it came to cryptocurrencies. A lot of things have been made easier. For instance, on Crypto.com and that ecosystem, they have the option of setting up brick and mortar bank accounts. How they've done that is they have partnered with actual physical banks in Europe that open an account for you via your app, so that when you make transfers into that account, you're not blocked by NatWest and all these other banks that usually block transfers into crypto exchanges. What you're doing is transferring from one bank account to the other bank account. And when that money hits that bank account that is under Crypto.com in your app, which is your bank account within the app, then you can do whatever you want into Crypto.com. So this has been a very nice on-ramp route for me to sidestep and bypass all of the blockages that we have with all of these banks running crazy on the high streets, blocking payments to crypto exchanges. So having this brick and mortar account that is actually virtual via the app has been an absolute game changer for me personally, because obviously when I needed to move money that was maybe larger than whatever, didn't trigger anything. If you want me to talk more about that, let me know in the comment section and I'll do a deep dive into the kind of bank accounts that you can get via Crypto.com. Again, none of this stuff is financial advice. Do your own research. It's not legal advice, it's not accounting advice, and it's not tax advice. I'm just a YouTuber who's having a good time with crypto. I hope that's been helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.